is safe and secure. Secure. Security. Secure. Security guards. There are many security guards around every major city. Security guards at banks. You'll see security guards making sure that everything is safe in the bank. There's no problem. Intercom. What? Telephone?
Microphone.
Yeah, well, it's all intercommunication. In other words, the intercom would have the pilot speaking to the passengers, not walking up the aisle to speak to them, but from his seat in the cockpit, picks up the microphone and addresses the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking off in 5 minutes. Please be seated and fasten your seatbelt. This is the pilot speaking. He's on the intercom. It's just they take intercommunications, talking back and forth, and they cut it down to intercom. He's on the intercom. He's chatting right now. The pilot. The intercom. Intercommunication. Like in many things, in every language, I guess, they shorten the word. Just get rid of intercommunication and just, he's on the intercom. He's talking to the passengers. No problem. Everything's okay. Boarding time, time to get on. Passing through gate number 6 into the main aisle of the plane, finding my row number and my seat. Security had already checked my baggage. I'm okay. I've got the pass from security. Boarding time, and I've heard from the pilot on the intercom that we'll be leaving in 5 minutes.
Teacher, departure and boarding time is same departure?
If it was, when you put your foot on the plane and it departs, oh, I missed it left. No, boarding time and departure are a little bit different. Boarding is getting on, putting everything up into the to the overhead racks, things like that, getting seated, looking around, putting your seat. This is all boarding. Departure is a little bit different. Boarding time is usually maybe 15 minutes, depending on the size of the plane, how many passengers. Boarding time is people getting on, putting their things down, doing this, doing that, do everything, get ready, and everybody sits down, and then it is time for departure. We will be departing in 5 minutes. Please be seated and fasten your seatbelt. The boarding time is people getting on, handing their tickets, all that precedes departure and ready for take off. Any other questions about those words? She's going down the aisle? Oh, really? Any questions about that? Intercom? Aisle, seat, gate, row.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have another question from
Yeah.
what I saw.
What?
The sentence like speak of devil. What does it mean?
说杀杀道. Chinese. Speak of the devil.
Speak of devil.
Speak of the devil. You know what that means?
Yes.
Speak of the devil. I know.
What is it? What does it mean?
But I can't complain.
You can't what?
Explain.
I can't.
Explain? Explain.
Explain.
Speak of the devil. shuo sao sao, sao sao da. That's, the Chinese even have an expression about that. Speak of the devil, there she is. It's an expression. Well, first of all, the devil, in a sense, is the evil one, right? It's just, that's the way it is. The devil is the evil one. So, if we're sitting here, you and I are sitting here talking about Mr. Eck. You know, Mr. Eck is, he's okay. You know, he's not a bad guy. He's okay. Then all of a sudden, Mr. Eck starts to walk in the door. Whoa! Speak of the devil, there he is. It's just an expression. It doesn't really mean that there's a devil or anything. You're talking about somebody, a person, and you're chatting. And suddenly, that person, for some reason, is approaching. And I say to you, oh my gosh, speak of the devil, there he is. But it's just an expression to say that the person we're talking about is now approaching. Out of, you know, wow. But it doesn't mean he's evil. It's just an expression people use.
But can you say to, like, suppose we were talking about him, and when he come, you can say to him, like, speak of the devil?
Well, no, you don't usually address the person coming as the devil. You would say, I would say to you, speak of the devil, here he comes. In other words, speaking of Mr. Eck, here he comes. But it doesn't mean that Mr. Eck is in effect a devil.
Talking about the third person?
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about a third person, and then suddenly, speak of the devil, there she is.
Oh, speaking.
But, you know, it's just an expression. It doesn't mean that the person coming, the third person, is an evil person. It's just an expression that we were talking about a third person, and suddenly, for no reason, that third person starts to walk toward you or into the room. Shows up, yeah. Suddenly shows up. Whoa, speak of the devil, there she is, or there he is. Just an expression. You hear it a lot if somebody unexpectedly, suddenly, surprisingly walks in to a conversation. Oh, speak of the devil, there she is. Talk about Sao Sao, here comes Sao Sao. Same type of thing.
It means that you gossip someone and they are alive.
What's that?
You gossip someone and then suddenly they are alive.
Well, suddenly someone that you're talking about, for some reason, shows up. And the common expression is, oh, speak of the devil, there she is. It doesn't really mean the person is evil or anything like that. Well, that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll continue.
Thank you.
Speak of the devil, there she is.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Oh, I have quite well.
See you tomorrow at 9.
Yes, 9 o'clock. Starting time.
Teacher, let's say I want to say is.
I'm sorry, what?
เมื่อวานนะรีบออกไปแล้วเสร็จแล้วรถมารีบก้าวขึ้นแล้วเงินเนี่ยใส่กระเป๋าเลยได้พกพาเข้ามาป้าชิบเป๋งเลยไปลงตรงนั้นได้โดนความรีบวิ่งกลับไป5 นาทีหายเก็บเลย
As is?
No, never happened. Why?
Someone said that not I, so he said I saw it. It's not decorated.
So, first of all, isle would be an island, right? A small island in the sea. Island, isle.
It's came from this word.
Yeah, isle is another word for island. Isle, without the A. Once you put the A on, actually the pronunciation, the meaning changes, but the pronunciation doesn't change. It's isle.
And how do you look at it? When
Why isn't it A, like it eyes look or something like that? No, that's just the way it is. It's isle with an A, and the pronunciation doesn't change.
you always and this word,
Yeah,
there
it
is
would be,
another word like this. For
yeah, it
example,
would be
there's
isle.
another word
ISO is not the word.
ไม่ได้เคยบอก
No, this is another word.
Another word
Yes.
for
Like
isle?
this. Yes. No, no.
Oh,
Like this. Not
Oh, wow.
pronounced as like
okay.
this. Because I want to teach my students.
Yeah, right.
หายไปเลยหายไปเลย
Another word.
I know, but it sounds like there are very, very few words
Yes.
that start like this. And in fact, let me just look in this dictionary.
Because it's difficult to
Well, it's-
spread words still.
It probably goes to another language other than English and was brought in, A-E-F-G-H-I. Aim, air, airline, alarm. See, there's the airline, aircraft, but aisle, in this dictionary, there are no words that start like
All
that.
around that.
Yeah, really,
It's,
and it
when I
could-
explain to my student, I have to explain that it came from this word island.
well, you could,
Yes.
this one doesn't right. Yeah, you would,
How to explain is separate the word and then
Yeah.
explain.
aisle,
Yeah.
island,
Yeah.
and aisle. It's just the way it is. It's like, there's no, and to find another word with an AIS in that dictionary, there weren't any. In a bigger dictionary, maybe there is, I'll look it up tonight.
Okay.
But, that's just the way it is. Aisle.
I can explain that this word is came from island and then you don't pronounce it.
Right, you don't,
It's
island, and then aisle with an A refers to the separation, the row between
Okay.
two different things.
Okay.
But I'll see if I can find another word like
Okay.
that, but I don't think there's going to be one.
Yes.